Welcome, everybody, to iBUG Buzz episode number 643. Tonight is Monday night, July 22nd, 2024. My name is Pete Lane, and I'll be facilitating the conference tonight with my co host, Sandhya Rao. The iBUG Buzz is an open forum for folks who have questions or issues with their iOS devices. These devices could include an iPhone, an iPad, an Apple Watch, or your Apple TV, or even the iPod Touch if you still have one of those laying around. The objective of the iBug Buzz is to familiarize people with the accessibility features of the iOS device. In particular, we focus on VoiceOver, the accessibility feature called VoiceOver. At this point, I want to welcome everyone who has joined us live on the Zoom platform, as well as to anyone who may be listening later on a podcast playback on any one of our numerous podcast playback platforms. And at this point during the call, I'm going to shut up and I'm going to turn the microphone over to Sandhya, who will bring us up to date on the latest that's going on in the iBug world. Sandhya, it's all yours.
All right, thank you, Pete, so much. Very good. Yes, we have another busy week. Here we go. All times are central, and everything is on Zoom right where we are right now. So we have this, like Pete said, for the next 2 hours, all questions relating to your iPhone are fair game. So then we'll have the midpoint big reveal where we find out what movie we're going to be watching on Friday. Well, we just don't tell you the movie. We make you work for it. You'll have to guess through the various clues to try to figure out if you know what the movie is. Then we have the iBug Bytes segment right after that, and then after that, there's more. We have the iToys segment. So we have a packed meeting today, but I promise we will get to your questions as quickly as possible. Then what do we have? Tomorrow, Tuesday, we have two events. The after the mini buzz, the iBug mini buzz from 5 to 6, and then we have the Macintalk call from 7 to 8:30. And I forgot to mention that after this call, after the recording stops, we will have the iBug Afterbuzz, where we get to talk amongst ourselves and the facilitators let you guys take over. Okay. Then Thursday, it's iBug's Life, and the title is Let's Get Physical. Oh my goodness. So
Let's
this
get
month, we
physical.
are going to discuss tips on working out at home and fitness, working on fitness at home using simple exercise equipment and items around the house. And you too can have those six-pack abs all year round. Oh my goodness. Okay, don't miss that meeting on Thursday from 7 to 9. Then we have the iBug Night at the Virtual Movie starting at 8 p.m. Social Time 7:15. Name that tune and all kinds of silliness to follow. After the movie, we'll have a discussion and lots of trivia. And we're not done yet. We're going to round out the week with Saturday at iBug Apple Workshop from 2 to 4. We're talking about the latest Apple news. And then we'll talk about some cool apps that are out that we think you would like. And then we'll answer any questions that you might have with the remaining time. Our website is ibugtoday.org, ibugtoday.org. That is where you can find all the information that I just said. And we have 21 events every month, so definitely subscribe. Join our mailing list, doesn't cost anything, and none of these services that we provide require any money, also known as free. Okay, with that, I will hand it back. Oh, well, I want to quickly tell you that all of our training sessions are available on different platforms. You can go listen on the web, on YouTube, and on your favorite podcasting app. With that, I hand it back to you, Pete.
Can I get a quick plug in for the iBug Talent
Oh,
Showcase on
yes, go
August
ahead. Go
3rd?
ahead. Yep,
Yeah, coming
August.
up on August 3rd under the iBug Unplugged Arena Forum is the iBug's Got Talent Showcase. It's a showcase of the talent from all of our members. We solicited for recordings from people, and we have made selections, and we have more than 20 entries. So it's going to be a wonderful talent showcase. So mark that on your calendar. That would be Saturday night, August 3rd from 8 until 10 p.m. Central Time. Be sure to
Yep,
be here. Look forward to seeing you.
a week
All
from this
righty.
Saturday. Okay, all right.
Yeah, a week from Saturday. We're getting close. Thank you, Sandhya. We have a full slate ahead of us all the way up until that date as well. So good stuff. At this point in the call, I'd like to ask everybody to go around and identify yourself. Tell us where you're calling from, and if you happen to be new to iBug or to the iBug Buzz, let us know. You can take yourselves off mute. We don't use.
Sorry, Pete, you got muted, but go ahead. Everybody
That's
else.
okay.
There we go.
Just take your. Everybody can take yourselves off mute and tell us who you are, where you're calling from, and if you happen to be new to the iBug group or to the iBug Buzz. I'll start us off. My name is Pete Lane, and I'm from Florida.
This is Herbie Allen in Houston,
Hi, Herbie.
and I've been new to iBug since 2017. So
Terry from
Still the
Arlington
honeymoon is
Heights.
not over. Hello, Terry. Hello, Chico. Sorry about that. Hi, Terry.
Robert Stewart from Chandler, Arizona.
Robert, welcome in. Yes.
Paul in
Ned from
Columbus.
Texas.
Paul and Ned, welcome in, guys.
Thank you.
Vincent in New Jersey.
Hi, Vincent.
Hi.
Pat from Ohio.
Welcome, Pat.
Thomas in Colorado.
Hey, Thomas, and a happy birthday next week or later this week.
John in Austin.
Hi, John. Welcome in.
Thank you.
Derek from Houston.
Derek, welcome.
Deb from Kansas.
Dawn and Deb, welcome.
Tony
Sarah
from
in
Central
Vermont.
Illinois.
I missed somebody from Central Illinois. Who was that?
Tony, sorry.
Hey, Tony, that's okay. And who else was with you?
Sarah in Vermont.
Hi, Sarah. Welcome.
Liz Fort Worth.
Hi, Liz.
Jody in New Hampshire.
Hey, Jody.
Hey, Pete.
Dan, Southern California.
Welcome, Dan.
And Vanessa, Georgia.
Hi, Vanessa.
Hello.
Greg in Texas.
Hey, Greg. Welcome in.
Linda, Texas.
Hi, Linda.
Hi.
Anybody else?
David in Houston.
Hello, David.
Jacob from Michigan.
Hello, Jacob.
Hello.
Elizabeth in Newfoundland, Canada.
Welcome, Elizabeth.
Sandhya in Houston.
Hi, Sandhya. Anybody else? Just say who you are and where you're calling from. All right. If you have not had the opportunity or you've chosen not to come in now, we'll have another opportunity at the halftime mark in about an hour. With that, I'd like to open the floor up for questions. Who would like to ask our first question?
I've got a question, Pete. This is John.
Go right ahead, John.
I've got something that's really puzzling me. And this has worked before, but it stopped working at some time in the recent past. And that is what I think is called the debut screen, which is one of the main screens. 3 of them are working normally, but the debut screen is very fuzzy and dark, and I can't make out anything on it. I would say that it's not focused, except that's, I don't mean that in the term of losing focus that we normally use. It's just all fuzzy and you can't see anything except the words edit question mark you can see.
And what app are you in, John? Are you speaking about a particular application?
This is the debut screen. The first screen, or I call it the first screen of the main
Your home,
screen.
maybe your home screen when you first unlock your phone, you mean?
Yes, home screens.
Okay.
Yes.
And you're actually speaking about a
once
visual
you've
lack of
unlocked,
focus.
it's the
right. So you're able to see the screen,
it's
but
the
it
one
looks
that shows weather and news. Yeah, it's the one that shows weather and news and so on.
This is Greg.
I can't.
Finish up, John, and then we'll let Greg address your question. You're
But
not
I
able
can't
to,
make
is it blurry?
out.
Okay, it's a little out of focus
Yes,
visually.
very blurry.
Greg, what do you think?
Right. I'm not sure, Pete, but it's the today. I think it's the today screen.
Right.
Yeah, you
Below
3 finger
1.
swipe to the right, and it's the today screen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, with your notifications and notification center and whatnot.
This is Sandhya.
Yes, Sandhya.
Yes, John. Is VoiceOver not reading it to you? When you're talking about being blurry, what are we, doing here?
The only thing that VoiceOver, this is John, the only thing that VoiceOver can read that appears on the screen, it says edit question mark. And if you click on that, it allows you to add a widget.
Anyone with any additional thoughts on that? I'll take a stab at it. John, it does sound like you're on the today screen or an unusual screen that you really don't need to be on. Did you flick to it intentionally? Did you try to get there by design, or did you land on it and you just couldn't read it?
I went to it. This is John. I went to it purposefully and was surprised to see the result, because in the past it would show me the weather or whatever. I don't know how many things are normally visible on it.
This is Sarah.
Yes, Sarah.
I think I would turn off your phone. Like, there's something tangled up there. If you didn't put in the command to edit, because and you didn't want to put in widgets, and you don't know how you got there, I think turning off your phone and then turning it back on might just get you to where you want to be, clean slate.
All right, let's go.
That's a good idea. John, give that a try. Turn your phone off. Just power off your phone and then restart it about 20 seconds later and see if it hasn't cleared up.
I'll try that. Thank you.
Great. Good luck to you. Thank you, Sarah. All righty. Who's got our next question?
New question. Yes, new question.
Okay, Chico, go right ahead.
This has to do with iBUG. Do you still have that iBUG program on how to use your phone or show someone how to use their iOS device?
You speaking about the Jumpstart mentoring program?
Yes.
The one-on-one iOS training? Yes, we do. Yes, we still do. We were speaking about that a moment ago. It's actually backlogged a little bit there. Now there's a waiting list. If you want to sign up to be a mentee, you can go onto the website and there's a mentee registration form. Or if you want to be a mentor, Chico, then you can also volunteer to be a mentor at the iBUG Today website, ibugtoday.org. Does that help you out, Chico? Is that what you're looking for?
Yes, yes.
Okay, great. Good luck to you. Yes, Pat.
I just wanted to make a comment. If you're new to iOS, there's a free app called VO, like for voiceover, VO space, and then starter. And it has some great tips on different things that may help you if you're a beginner.
Good point, Pat. That's a good app. It is. It's called VO Starter, as in voiceover space starter. And I think we actually did a demo. I think I did a demo in an Apple workshop a month or two ago. So if you want to check that out there, you can probably get a step up on how to install and use that app. But Chico, if you're looking for some assistance, or if you know someone who's looking for assistance, VO Starter is a pretty good app to get going with as well. Thank you, Pat. Who else has a fresh question?
Thomas in Colorado.
Yes, Thomas.
Just real quick. So if I offload an app from my phone, does that mean that it's on the cloud and no longer on my phone? I'm trying to get storage space on my phone, and I seem to have offloaded a lot of apps, but it doesn't seem like the storage space is increasing.
Mm-hmm. Who can help Thomas with that question? Good question. Can anybody answer Thomas's question by removing an app? Now you're sending it to the cloud, I think, is the term that they use on the home screen, Thomas. Does anybody know if that actually offloads it from your device and therefore you can save some storage space? Does anybody have an answer for Thomas?
This is Chris.
Yes, Chris.
You can do one or two options, Thomas. You can either remove it or delete it. And if you remove it from your home screen, then it'll keep all your data and everything there. But if you delete it, then it'll delete all your data and stuff that goes with that app too. But it'll keep everything in your iCloud, the actual app part of it.
Will it save some storage if he does either one, or just on the delete?
Just the delete.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you, Chris.
Okay. Thank you.
This is David.
Thomas, thank you. Yes, David.
There's also that setting called offload unused apps, which will automatically, take the apps you haven't used in a while and, put them in the cloud.
Mm-hmm.
Also, even though they're in the cloud, you won't be able to get them back if by some chance the app goes away from the app store. You cannot get it back on your phone. If you had offloaded it or sent it to cloud, you won't be able to get the app back as if you had kept it on your phone. You could still use it. Sometimes they discontinue some of these apps, and some people still like to use them.
Right.
Even though they're not supported anymore or updated.
Good point. But that is a good setting. And is that in your settings app, David, the offload unused apps feature?
Yeah, I think it's in storage, maybe the storage area.
Yeah. As I recall, it moves them off if you haven't used them in a couple of weeks. I think it's a 2-week span. That may have changed, but yeah.
Yes. Well, the save it. Yes, it'll tell you like how many gigabytes you could save, if you offload your unused apps.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll do it automatically. It automatically picks the ones to offload. And of course, you can always get them back if it's one you do need to use, you double tap on it and it'll start up.
Sure.
Uh,
Yep. Take about 3
installing it again.
seconds to
Assuming,
install it.
like I
Right.
said before, it's still available in the App Store.
Great. Thank you, David. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
All right. You're welcome, Thomas. Good question again. Who's got a fresh question for us? We have lots of answers waiting.
Well, this is Herbie.
Yes, Herbie.
So, since nobody's asking a good question, I'll just ask one of curiosity. So, anybody besides Shri, is anybody running or considering running the iOS 18 beta?
Good question. The iOS 18 public beta, I believe it is
Public
now.
beta.
Is anybody running the beta?
This is Herbie.
This is
Oh, go ahead.
okay. This is Nikki. I just was going to say that I am so tempted by that beta because of the braille screen input, because I use it all the time, and I'm so tempted. But I'm so also a little leery because I only have one iDevice right now, so I'm kind of afraid to put it on a primary device, and I don't have another one to go with. But man, am I tempted! It is really
That's a
hard to
good
resist.
point. That has
Yeah.
always been the guidance that we've gotten. If you have only one device, don't risk it. But Apple seems to be pushing it, so it is
This is
tempting.
Herbie.
Yes, Herbie.
So, first of all, I don't completely agree with that. I think that it's true if you are not an advanced iPhone user, like if you don't have a computer and you can afford to lose a device, then run it on a secondary. But I think if you are an advanced enough iPhone user, like you know it like the back of your hand, and you have access to a computer, then I say you should actually run it on your primary device, because how else are you actually going to get a true look and feel for the iOS if you're not using it on a daily basis? Now, the reason why I say access to a computer, I have had a couple of betas go wrong on me, though to be fair, the last time that happened was iOS 13. Or was it? It was the one we had in 2020. But that's the last time I had a beta go wrong on me. And you need the computer to roll back your phone. But if you're backing up your phone and you just run updates when you're home, so that way if things do go wrong, you're willing to go through the steps of putting back on the regular iOS, then with those caveats, I say by all means run it on your primary device.
Okay.
This is John, Pete.
Go, John. Go right ahead.
I thought, Herbie, that 18 required advanced hardware. Is that correct?
Does 18 what?
Required advanced.
A newer device, a particular device.
No, so what is going to require a newer device is going to be some of the AI things which aren't even out yet. So
I see.
But 18 itself, no. There's just some features that will require better hardware.
The AI being the Apple intelligence.
Yes.
Not necessarily artificial.
And the Apple intelligence, which might be an artificial intelligence in a way.
Right.
But if you know what I mean. But yeah, but if your phone and don't worry folks, if your phone won't support iOS 18, it's not even going to let you install it. Unless you know some weird workarounds, which you probably don't. So don't worry, guys. Your phone, if your phone will not support iOS 18, it will not let you update, even just to the regular iOS 18 once it comes out. So
good. Food for thought. Thank you, Herbie. And I think Nikki's going to be succumbing to that temptation before too long. We'll talk to you next week.
This
Nikki.
is Sri.
Yes, Sri.
One caution: if you do upgrade, you will not get Apple Accessibility support.
You can't call accessibility for help.
That is correct.
Okay.
No.
Good point. All righty. Thank you, Sri. Thank
And
you,
that,
Herbie.
this is Herbie.
Yes.
That also applies to the regular Apple support too, including the Apple Store. And so, yeah, you do have to keep that in mind if you are running a beta. That there are definitely a lot of like support communities out there.
Sure. Right.
But yeah, you will not be able to go to the Apple Store and say, "I'm having trouble with this beta." Yeah.
Good.
That's Terry.
Good points.
Let's keep going.
Let's move on. Who's got a fresh question? Terry, do you have a fresh question, or you want to throw in our last comment on the? Okay. Thank you. Who has a brand new? Thank you, Terry. Who has a brand new question for us?
This is Pat. I have a comment because you mentioned AI. Be My Eyes did add a Be My AI button on the bottom of the phone, and it really works great. I'm a treasurer of NFB, and I had a bunch of checks. I used it to be my AI and took a picture of the checks, read them all perfectly. It was a big help. And, I used to use Seeing AI, and it was hit or miss if it read the check. Sometimes I had to switch it to the handwriting if they didn't use a black ink pen. But I really love that AI feature on Be My Eyes.
On Be My AI.
Yes. And the other feature they have on there is once you take a picture, you can ask additional information. Like I had a salmon bowl or something, and when I took a picture of it on Seeing AI, I heard it say microwave, but it didn't tell me what to do in the microwave. And that happened a month or two ago, and I had to FaceTime my daughter to ask her. It was really weird that the package just said microwave and didn't explain what the directions were. Well, I had another one that I was making for lunch, and I used Be My AI, took the picture. It did not read microwave directions, so I asked the question. I said microwave instructions, and then they read it to me. So, if there's something you're looking for in the photo that it isn't saying, you can ask for more details or whatever. It's
good information.
Really good.
That's the Be My Eyes app, and there is a Be My AI feature. I know they have partnered with OpenAI, and they're running the ChatGPT AI large language model on that app, the Be My AI feature. Well, thank you, Pat. It's a good endorsement. So if anybody's looking for an effective artificial intelligence or AI feature, Be My Eyes will have that on the bottom of their app. Thanks, Pat. Who's got a fresh question for us?
Miss Linda.
Yeah, Linda.
Does anyone deposit checks over into your bank account over the iPhone, and how easy is it to do it?
This is Herbie.
There's Herbie. Go right ahead.
So, unfortunately, the actual true expert is not on here, but because Chanel has done it several times. And from what I've seen of it, it takes a lot of patience. You have to be willing to, just because it's very particular about how you take the picture and making sure it's in the right focus and that type of thing. So it can, of course, depend on your picture taking abilities and whatnot, and that is probably going to be like the most. And of course, different banks may have different levels of accessibility, so that can also affect the experience as well.
You, Herbie. Yes, Sandhya. Right?
Yes, I use the Bank of America app and I've struggled with it. Sometimes it works great, Linda. It's just not consistent. And like Harvey said, it might be the app. It might be. I think I even went to the bank and the guy kind of had a little trouble doing it too. So I've tried, it says, need a darker background. It's on a black background, okay? It doesn't get any darker than that. So and sometimes I've had sighted help, and it's just, I think, I don't know, I haven't tried it lately. I was kind of traumatized by that, but I want to try again. But
That's it.
I think some people do have good experiences with it. So
I've heard some
This is
people
Jody.
had good experience. Go, Jody.
Yeah, I've had good luck with it. My I have a small local savings bank, and I found that what I do is I put the check on the counter, and I put the phone on top of the check so that it's centered, and then I just back up, so that I know that I'm directly over the check. And you have to do this in landscape mode. And then I hold it, quite about arm's length, or elbows on the counter, and holding the phone in my hands level with the counter, and it will say take a picture of the front of check and take a picture of the back of the check and then submit. And I've had pretty good luck with it now that I've got it kind of figured out.
I have a
Of course, you
question,
have to
Jody.
endorse, huh?
Go ahead, finish up.
I was going to say, you do have to endorse the check, and some of them now have a box you have to check for mobile deposit, which of course we can't do. So I just write mobile deposit only, and then you have to I write the initials for the bank, and at first they weren't accepting it because I was just writing mobile deposit. Turns out I have to put mobile deposit SBW on there because some people had deposited a check in one bank and then tried depositing it in a different bank. So by putting your bank initials on there, it protects them from, having you deposit in more than one bank. So, that's their security. And it took me a while to figure that out. But after you get comfortable with it's not hard to do. But my trick would be to put the phone on the check and then back up so that you're
Question,
centered over.
Jody. When you
Yeah.
when you raise your phone up from the check, just is it in a scan mode? Does it automatically
No,
capture
it's
the
not.
image, or
You
you have
have
to
to
actually
hit.
push the button?
Yep, you actually have to hit take picture.
Okay, or your volume button, right?
Yeah, yeah. Or your volume. This is Jody.
Yes.
Also, if you don't succeed, then they'll reject the deposit, and then you have to do it again.
Just to stay on my point, though, as you're lifting your phone in landscape mode, have your volume buttons on the top, on the right hand side, on the top edge of the phone. And that way your right finger will be right there to snap the picture. And Judy Dixon made a point of this in the cafe last Sunday. And that is if you hold it in that mode, then your take picture button is either one of the volume buttons, either the up or the down volume button. And you can take a picture without having to navigate to find the take picture button on the screen. So it makes it a little bit easier.
This is Jody.
Let's keep
Yes,
going.
Jody.
That might be a problem for the bank because then you're submitting it upside down. From their point of view, I just have the volume buttons on my left thumb, and it's no problem. Just use my left thumb.
Okay, that's the last word. Thank you, Jody. Appreciate your input there. Let's move on. Who's got a brand new topic for us?
This is Greg.
Go, Greg.
Yeah, I had some issues with the Zoom app, and I did a lot of Google searching to try to solve the problem, and then I read someplace that you can contact them by email at access at um, access@zoom.us. And I did that last night. I sent them an email and I had a response this morning. I mean, it was incredible.
No kidding.
And I sent back a follow up, and they sent back a response and had the problem resolved. It's incredible. So that's a real resource if you have issues with the Zoom app.
Great. That's access at Zoom US.
Zoom.us.
Zoom.us. All right, Greg, thank you. Good stuff. All right, who's got another question for us on anything? Any new apps that you've tried? Any new features that you've discovered?
This is Dan.
Go ahead, Dan.
Yeah, I'm wondering if anybody is using or knows anything about Total AV. That's Total A like America, V like Victor. Total AV. It's a security app. It's gotten a lot of what do you call it? A lot of press support, but I don't know if it's accessible, and I'd like to try. I'd like to try it.
What does it do?
I'd like to find out if anybody if it's accessible and how it works out with VoiceOver.
Do you know what it does, Dan, by any chance?
Yeah, it does a lot of things. It provides security for your iPhone. It prevents malware from entering. It blocks some ads. You can use it to improve your passwords, and it's got a bunch of features, but you have to pay for it. It's not very much.
Is anybody familiar with Total AV? AV is in Alpha Victor. Looks like we're coming up empty, Dan. I think you're going to be the guinea pig.
Okay,
Talk
I'll
to
go
us
on
about
Apple.
it. Yeah,
I'll go on
report
Apple
back
Viz.
in.
I'll go on Apple Viz and see what's going on over there. Thanks.
Yeah, or just take the leap, download it from the App Store, and give it a shot.
Yeah.
And good luck.
I'll check Apple Viz.
There you go. Good. Thank you, Dan. All right. Who else has a question? Plenty of time left.
This is Sri.
Yes, Sri.
I was going to say for Dan, if that doesn't work, I am using Norton and it is accessible.
This is Herbie.
Yeah, Herbie.
So you're talking about malware virus, like things for Norton, like for the iPhone?
This is Sri.
Yes.
Sri.
Yeah, so I have Norton offers a service for the mobile devices. It's a package deal that you can log into and use it for your computer and your phone or your tablets. You can connect up to 10 devices.
So this is Herbie.
Go, Herbie.
This just really begs one question then in regards to the iPhone. Why?
Or for the Mac, why?
Yeah, but we're not allowed to talk about that here, so I'm limiting it to just the iPhone.
I take that word back. Why for the iPhone, Sri?
This is Sri. So I don't get a lot of spam on my phone anymore. Also, if I go into some places, it'll warn me first. And it also gives me VPN for my mobile device too.
So this is Herbie.
Go, Herbie.
What do you mean by spam? Because spam comes through like your email provider or somebody texting your number. So, and I guess that is fine if you're going to a lot of unfamiliar websites. So Safari also has a built-in malware protector thing. So, yeah, I get the VPN, but there are just pure VPN providers that can do the same thing. I personally don't think it's actually necessary for the iPhone. You know, it's a great way to spend a lot of money and get a false sense of security. When just most of those things you talk about, to me, they're not iPhone dependent. That's more of external sources. Because you can't just, unless you're downloading like a lot of random files from Safari or whatever, Yeah, that's
All
just
right.
my
This is
concern with that.
Yeah,
this
we'll
is
move on.
John. This is
Yes,
John
John.
from Canada.
Hi,
So I do
John.
have
Go
a
right ahead.
question, but I do
Sure.
just want to chime in with this really quickly too. That
Okay.
a friend of mine, he's retired, a retired corporate IT specialist, and he told me a lot of it comes down to cyber hygiene. So if you're responsible, like what Herbie said, you really don't need this kind of software. It's when you make a bad judgment call and you do the wrong thing. But anyway, my question is, I have a friend who he wants to be able to measure and track blood pressure, heart rate, and blood oxygen saturation, but he doesn't want to spend the money on an Apple Watch. So he wants a voice over accessible iOS app to be able to measure and track this instead of using like external devices to measure it and then writing it down in the Notes app. Is there
Right.
such an app that will allow him to do this?
All right. Who's got a response for John there? Blood pressure, blood oxygen level, and blood pressure. Yeah. Any other apps out there besides just using the Apple Watch? John, I swear that I've seen some, but I can't remember what they are and how they work. Anybody have any thoughts for John? I think we're coming up empty, John. Sorry about that.
This is Terry.
Yes, Terry.
I know there are some, and I can do a little bit of research and find them because it seems to me I have a couple on my phone, and I know of
Okay.
somebody else who uses them, so I can perhaps get you an answer for next week.
Wonderful.
This
Excellent.
is
Thank you
John.
so
Much
much, Terry.
appreciated.
Yes, John.
Robert
Good
and
luck to
Chandler.
you. Yes, Robert.
I have seen blood pressure that have Bluetooth connections, and you can get an app and it'll track your blood pressure. I would assume that there are some. I think I saw them in some of the medical catalogs. They speak to you. But they also can transfer the data to an app that they have that will track the blood pressure. You just have to look in the medical app, in the medical catalogs for those. But I have seen them. I don't use
A
them. I have seen them.
standalone device with maybe an app connecting them to your phone.
Right, and they're usually a Bluetooth connection.
Okay. All right, John. Good luck to you, and thank you, Terry, for offering to help. Let's move on. Who's got a fresh question for us? Back to our cybersecurity brief discussion. I know that I have received more spam text messages in recent months than ever before in my life, I believe, and they're all election voting related. Raise money for this guy and for this person and that person, and it's very annoying.
Well, this is Herbie.
Yes, Herbie.
Well, first of all, I just want to say that, instead of sending your money to a spammer, send it to me instead. I'll be more than happy to take it off your hands. And
right.
yeah, you're going to
Herbie
see.
for president.
No.
Oh.
No. Anyway, yeah, you will definitely see a lot more because, of course, they're getting your phone number either from random texting or from voting data and things like that. So, yeah, that's kind of to be expected to see more spam texts and whatnot. So,
yep.
This is
Tis
Terry.
the season. Yes, Terry.
A comment and a question. I have actually received supposed job offers, and we have found you, and we know you're right for this position. Would you be interested? And I'm very careful, so I can see where some of these other things can be helpful. My question is.
Oh, sorry.
My question is, let me see here. sometimes when I see a reaction to like a love, so and so loved this text message, or so and so liked this text message, or whatever it is, I see it when I unlock my screen but don't open the message. But once I open the message, I don't see that love or that like again. And supposedly, well, the phone considers it to be a message because it
Yes,
tells me that.
it does.
But
Yeah.
why am I not seeing that once I open the message to which that love or that like or whatever the reaction was posted following the original
Yeah.
message itself?
Interesting.
Shouldn't
I
I
get
be?
those too, but I haven't actually paid attention. So I
This
would
is
think you
Sarah.
would. Sarah?
I think you have to listen to the whole message, which is a little bit of a pain. You have to listen to the entire message, and then it will tell you that so and so loved or liked your message.
This is Terry.
Yes, Terry.
I've done that and it doesn't seem to happen. So is there a setting that I need to change, or I don't know.
I don't
I
think
don't
so.
either. I've not
Okay.
noticed that. That's my point. I have seen that when I unlock my phone, but I've never followed through to specifically pinpoint whether or not it exists in the Messages app. And yes, you would think it would be there, Terry. I would agree with you.
This is
Anyone else
David.
experience that? Yeah, David.
Well, if it's a text thread where you have a lot of messages going back and forth with the person, it may not be the last message that was corresponding. You might have to go back up a few messages in the thread to see which one they liked or loved. It's not necessarily going to be the last one that you received from that person. That's one possibility.
Okay, David. I would think Terry understands that, but good advice nevertheless.
This is
It
Jerry.
generally follows the message to which the person reacted, and it is a reaction. If you flick up or down on a particular message, you have an option that says reaction, and then you have built-in reactions like, love, question mark, exclamation point, which is emphasize, and question and ha-ha, and things like that. Right. Yeah. Okay, Terry. So if you pinpoint that and find out, let us know. We're very curious. I am for sure. I'm sorry, who chimed in and had a question?
This is Jerry from
And
Vermont.
I believe Pat was first, Jerry, and then we'll get to you.
Okay.
No
Go for it.
problem. Good to hear from
I
you.
just
Go ahead, Pat.
I just wanted to make a comment when you were talking about the spam messages. When they did that major update on messages, they did add, so if you swipe, it'll say delete, or if you swipe again, it'll say delete and report spam. And that tends to get rid of some of those without.
Excellent point. Very
I
true,
just
Pat.
wanted to remind people of that.
And by swipe, you mean flick up or down with one finger on the message.
I think
Right?
it's right.
I
Yeah.
swipe up or down, I flick up or down, and I get to a delete button, and I tap the delete button, and it gives me an option to delete or delete
Or
and report. Or
yeah.
report. Yeah. So that will, in theory, report them to your cellular carrier and to Apple as spam. So remember
Right.
that's there. Okay, thank you, Pat. Good point. Jerry, what do you have for us?
Well, I'm still on the messages thing.
Go right ahead.
Is there a way, like, say I've got 10 messages from Sarah, which would be fabulous. But anyway, if I were to go to, say, the fifth message because I wanted to reread it, I don't seem to be able to, tapping on it doesn't seem to work. Am I missing a rotor thing or what?
Clarify for my benefit, Jerry. You're in a message group, for example, a group message chat.
Yeah,
or
well,
just an
I mean,
individual?
it's an individual message thing.
An
And
individual, and this is the fifth message,
yeah,
meaning the most
or
recent. Is
whatever.
it the most
Yeah,
recent message?
no, there's
No.
like 5 others.
And you
So
want to
if
get up to the fifth one up or something like that.
yeah, now like iBug today, I got on here through the Messages app. I can't seem to always get the full read of the message, and especially if it's got a link, sometimes I can't get the link, even though you know, I try to grab the link. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
Well, I can offer a thought on the link, Jerry. If you turn your rotor and turn it to
Yeah,
links, if there's a link embedded in the message, that will be one of the options that comes up when you turn your rotor. And then you can
right.
flick down and you'll hear the link, and then the double tap will generally
Yeah,
work.
yeah. I
Who else
I,
wants
I
to
think
hazard a guess with Jerry? Not a guess, an answer. Anybody?
there's not.
I guess not, Jerry.
I
You
guess that'll
stumped him.
do. Yeah, something.
So again, I'm not clear. So you're in a message thread with me back and forth, and we've been
Yeah,
communicating all day, and you want
yeah.
to go back to the fifth message
Right, because you
ago.
gave me an important phone number or something.
Uh-huh. And you flick to the left and you can't get to the message or what?
No, I get to the message, but
Right?
it gives me the date and everything, and then I double tap on it, but it doesn't seem to open that message. I mean, I can't like interact with that message, except
Mm-hmm.
maybe if you sent me a correct link, I could do it. But
Right. Right.
I don't know I guess it's a hit or miss thing.
I've
I
never
don't.
experienced that
This
problem.
is Sandhya.
Yes, Sandhya.
Oh, sorry. Uh, yes, I've had that happen. You just have to read it where it is, because sometimes if you if you swipe or do anything, it thinks you want to react, and all this stuff.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
think all I've been able to do is just read it in that sequence. Left. You're
Hmm.
swiping left till you get to the
Hmm.
message,
Right.
and it does different things. But I know what you're talking about.
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
you don't double tap on that. That doesn't really help anything.
I gathered that. I've been trying
You're
that.
welcome.
It isn't helping. Thanks.
You have affirmation from the group.
That's good. I needed that today.
Yeah,
All right. Take
everybody
care.
does. Well, good luck, Jerry. I don't think I've experienced that, but that makes sense. You can just read it. And of course, you can delete it if you want to go back to your main screen and delete the entire thread. You can find a delete button by flicking up and down on the main screen for whomever you're talking with. But
Thanks
good
a
luck,
lot,
Jerry.
guys.
You're
Thanks.
certainly welcome. All right, we've got a few minutes. Who's got some questions for us? We were ready for 3 or 4 quick ones.
This is John. I've got another quick question.
Go ahead, John, and I'm not believing that for a second.
Okay.
Just kidding.
Thank you. On phone calls, like this Zoom call, I know if you go to a subsequent screen other than the one that most of us are using, you can find out what time of day it is. Is there a screen that you can find out how long the phone call has been going on?
Good question. And you're using your phone with the Zoom app, I assume?
Yes.
Okay. So you want a duration of the call indicator
Exactly.
somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who can help John with that? John, I'm
Chris,
afraid I
This
don't
is
know.
Marty.
I'm sorry, Chris, and then Marty.
go ahead, Marty. Pete, you can let Marty go. It's okay.
Okay, go ahead, Marty.
I just went on my Zoom screen and there is a button meeting information, and I think if you click on that, but I did not do that, that may give you like length of time that you're in the Zoom call.
Mm-hmm. Meeting information, and you're on your phone.
Yes, on the phone, yes.
John,
Chris?
give that one a try. Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think there's a setting in there, John, somewhere in Zoom that you can display that on your screen, the length of time of your Zoom call. I think there's a setting someplace in there.
Thank you. Does anyone know if there's something on a just plain call, not a Zoom call,
On a
to
plain
get
phone call.
the duration?
What about a phone call, you guys? Anybody have,
Yeah.
can point John in the right direction there?
This is Thomas in Colorado.
Go, Thomas.
Yeah, so for me, I lock the screen once I'm in a phone call or a Zoom, and if you just press the side button, then it will display the amount of time, like mine says 58 minutes and so forth seconds, audio Zoom call. And so on the lock screen, it shows you the first thing that comes up is what the time is of the duration of call. Thank you.
So you clear on that, John?
Yes.
Just press your side button and you'll go to the lock screen and it will show. Good. Excellent. Thank you, Thomas.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Good question, John. Who else has got a question? We've got 3 minutes, 2 minutes. Quick question.
This is Terry.
Yes, Terry.
I don't know. I think about 3 weeks ago, we talked about how you can set your phone, I believe, in settings and accessibility and voiceover and rotor so that your rotor doesn't change when you want to go from one item to another and you're using your rotor, it'll stay at the last position you put it at. I believe that's what we did to do that. And I tried that yesterday and it works, but it also changes some of the other gestures that I am used to using that I no longer can use. So now I have to do the double tap and hold and then go to a delete button if I want to delete something instead of just flicking up and down. And I'm wondering if anybody else has experienced that, or did we talk about some other way to do this that I'm just not remembering correctly?
Okay. So you're speaking of a setting under the rotor settings that might prevent it from that might protect you from accidentally or inadvertently switching your rotor to another item.
The phone does it whether you want it to or not if I don't turn that setting on.
Okay.
Or if I don't turn it off, rather, it just does it.
This is Deb.
I'm sorry, who was that? The gentleman? Was that John?
It was Deb.
Oh, sorry. Deb first and then Pat.
So when I encounter that, I just use the rotor again. Like for instance, if you were in their contacts app and you were at the, you were wanting to switch from A to B to C by flicking up and down, you have to use the rotor again and turn it to when it says adjust value. So you kind of have to figure out what it is you want to do there with the rotor, and then you can just flick up and down like you were used to. I think is what you're talking about, Terry Ann. I'm not positive, but I remember changing my setting, and now that's what I do to get it to do different things. Yeah.
Pat, what did you have to offer?
I was going to say, if you're using your rotor, if you're changing the speaking rate or volume or whatever setting you're in, instead of having to deal with the different ways of tapping everything if you just go back to the rotor when you're done with what you're doing to Word, and then you won't have to play with the setting thing.
Okay. Thank you, Pat. There you go, Terry. Hope that helps. At this point, we are at the top of the hour. I'm going to turn the microphone back over to Sandhya. Sandhya, what do you have?
All right, thank you, Pete. Very good. Yes, so now we want to say hello to anybody who came in and didn't get to say hello the first time. Tell us who you are, where you're from, and if perhaps you are here for the first time. Who'd like to go?
This is John from BC, Canada.
Hello, John. Hello, Miss Alice.
Bree from
Kathy
Virginia.
from Tulsa.
Bree, Kathy, welcome to you both.
This is Desi in Franklin, Tennessee.
Hello, Miss Desi.
And this is not my first time.
Yeah, I know.
You fooled me.
Go on. Who else?
Brian from Ontario.
Brian, welcome. Cindy, welcome.
Jody from Montreal.
Hey, Jody, where have you been?
Been busy.
All right, well, glad you're here. Goodness, there's Mo. Welcome to you, too. Missed you.
Thank you. Good to be here.
All right. Okay, good. Okay, who else?
Cheryl from Ohio.
Hey, Miss Cheryl, welcome. Who else? Who you are, where you're from, and if you're here for the first time. Okay. And Jody's comment brings me to a point. We know people are doing so many different things, and we appreciate when you are here and sharing your knowledge with us and making time out of your schedule to be with us, because that's kind of the strength of this call. We all come in and share our knowledge with the group and help each other out. So we appreciate you whenever you're here. So glad to have everybody. All right. Now, let's get with the program. We are going to find out what the movie is for this Friday. And like I said, starts at 8, social time at 7:15, name that tune, bad jokes and everything prior to the movie. And then after the movie, we'll have a discussion and trivia with those fabulous clues. I think we have the iBUG guy. iBUG guy? Are you out there?
Yes. I'm here. Welcome back. All right. We are going to have some fun for the next few minutes trying to figure out what our movie's going to be this week. Friday night. Did you already tell them time and all that?
Yes.
Okay. I wasn't paying attention. I never pay attention to you anyway. So, all right. So, yes, we are going to have a great movie for you. And if I can get my assistant to put up the clues, we will get started. Where are you? Oh, before we get into the clues, fun fact for the night. Do you ever see people putting shaving cream on their mattresses? Oh, it's not just a new fad or not something that social media is, all those crazy things they do on social media. This is a real cleaning hack that you too can take advantage of. Make sure it's the foamy kind of shaving cream. And it is remarkable because it's got some things in there, enzymes and other products in the shaving cream that will remove stains, all kinds of stains. Sweat. We sweat quite a bit when we sleep. Anybody have any idea how much sweat comes out of your body during the night?
Ew.
Well, we won't go into exactly how much. Several ounces anyway.
TMI.
Also, each day we lose 500 million skin cells, and many of those are there overnight. So you can get rid of some of those maybe. How about grease? You ever get grease maybe from your hair? Anybody who puts products in their hair and other things?
Go on.
Anyway, oh, and some of those other stains that you can only see with black lights. We won't talk about those.
What about silver sheets?
Silver what?
Silver is supposed to be a cleaning and disinfectant somehow. There's these silver sheets.
That's another thing, Kathy. We're not talking about
Sorry,
that.
I'm
Shaving
backing
cream.
out.
All right. Anyway, get shaving cream. It's cheap at Walmart. Pick up a can next time you're there. All right, let's move on to okay.
Okay.
So, some rules. You get one guess per clue. We're going to have 5 clues if we go all the way. And if you were a winner in the last 3 weeks, you are ineligible. So, whoever that person was last week, I forgot. We had a winner last week. Who was
Jody.
that? Jody. Oh, yeah.
Jody.
She got the box thingy.
The box jellyfish.
Yes.
That's right.
Okay. Anyway, I had a jellyfish sting me the other day. Okay. You know what you do when you get a jellyfish sting?
No, that's not true.
That is very true.
It's not
It
true.
has to do with other bodily
Is
fluids.
shaving cream?
You put shaving cream on it?
Yes,
No,
shaving cream.
Exactly. Go.
All right.
I want to know how to get shaving cream off the mattress.
Let's
go.
Yeah, right.
Let's go on to clue number 1. Our film this week is set in the big city of Chicago, the Windy City, which is different from the novel on which it is based.
What?
Our film is set in Chicago, which is not the city from the novel on which the movie is based. Something like that. I just ad lib. You call it ad lib? Bullshit.
Ad lib. Move on.
This is Shri.
Shri.
Capone.
Capone Alfonso. No. Good try. Anybody else before we move on? Here we go with clue number 2. It features frequent breaking of the fourth wall, with the main character directly addressing the audience. Frequent breaking of the fourth wall, which is the main character directly addressing the audience. I don't think we've ever, have we had a movie where that happened? I never knew it was called the fourth wall.
This is David.
Oh, David.
Is it American Beauty?
American Beauty is. Have we seen that before? I think we've seen that. Maybe not. But in any event, it is absolutely not right for tonight. Good try, David. Who else we got out there? We got, how many people got online tonight?
43.
Looks like 40 something. Okay, well, we are moving right along. We want some new people to play. Clue number 3. The soundtrack. Oh, we love soundtracks. Includes songs by, ooh, these groups I'm sure you've all heard of. Beta Band, Stevie Wonder, and the Velvet Underground. Great soundtrack, including songs by the Beta Band, Stevie Wonder, and the Velvet Underground. All right. No music fans out there. Where are we going? Clue. What are we on now?
Pete.
4.
Pete. Pete's gonna
Chicago 7.
Chicago 7. Ooh, I've been wanting to play that movie for a long time. And guess what, Pete? We're still not going to tonight either. Good try. All right. Clue number 4. Kathy, come back. Rewind. Was that Kathy?
Yeah. Kramer versus Kramer.
Kramer versus Kramer.
Oh, that's not what I meant. I meant Manhattan, Woody Allen.
I think it takes place in a different city, like the Big Apple. All right, good try, Kathy. All right, now we're going to clue 4. Clue 4. Do I have a fourth clue? Where'd it go? Oh, the film includes nods. Nods. What's nods? Oh, nods to the influence of music and record stores on personal and cultural identity.
Chris?
Oh, Chris. Go, Big K.
Herbie for vice president. High infidelity.
High infidelity. Infidelity. High infidelity? I didn't hear that. What?
Yeah.
Say that one more time.
Yeah. High infidelity.
Oh.
Oh.
Chris. Give me one. Give me one happy birthday, Mr. President. We might give it to you. All right.
Pat.
Hold on, Pat. Hold on. We're trying to sort this out with Miss K here. I gotta have to have a little powwow with the judges. This is a tricky one. Okay.
Sounds like you're close, Chris.
Yes, she said high infidelity. Yeah, I double checked twice. All right, the judges have ruled, and the correct answer would have been high fidelity. And since Chris said high infidelity, we know where her mind is, and we're going to give it to her. Yes, ding, 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 ding.
Yay! All right. Okay. See, I've been working too many on those iBUG skits. See?
All right. I like that new title for the movie, High Infidelity.
No, don't give it to me. Don't give it to me.
All right.
Throw out
So
another
our
question.
movie
Pete,
starring
High
John
Fidelity.
Cusack and the cast of many others is gonna key on the cultural film from the 90s. Rob working in a record store. Okay. Let's see. We've got to give Chris a prize. Let's pick a good prize for Chris.
No, I don't deserve. I'm not worthy.
All right. Yes. Good job, Chris. We have for you the Wax Tracks Records t-shirt. So it was a famous t-shirt in Chicago. But since you only got the answer half right, you're only going to get half of the t-shirt. Okay?
Oh,
We
which
won't
half?
tell you which half it is.
Front or
All
back?
right. There is justice, you guys. There is justice.
I was wondering if it was upper or lower.
All right. So very good. Thank you, Mr. McCulloch. You want to say goodnight?
Oh, gosh.
I think that was a good night.
All right, very good. Good job, Chris. So the movie is High Fidelity from the year 2000. So it's got a great soundtrack, even though nobody seems to know any of the songs on there. But hey, they're great to somebody. So come and broaden your horizons. It will be fun. Okay, so that'll be on Friday. Now we're going to have our iBUG Byte segment. Then we'll have our iToys segment. Then we'll go to our questions that we didn't get to the first half. So we have lots to cover. So let's see. Pete, what you got for us for the Byte segment?
I have a quick and dirty how to record your own iBUG Byte because we want all of you to send us an iBUG Byte and let you participate. So this is a quick and easy way to do it. Hi, folks. Pete. You probably noticed recently that Sandhya has been encouraging folks at the iBUG Buzz to record an iBUG Buzz Byte demo. These demos are very short, less than 5 minutes, and should focus on a quick and easy feature of iOS that you would like to share with the group. We thought that maybe a quick demo on how you can use your built-in voice memos recording app would be helpful to record these demonstrations. I first want to point out that you can listen to a complete iBUG Cafe on the subject of the Voice Memos app in iBUG Cafe number 109, dated June 9th, 2024. This is an excellent and comprehensive review of the Voice Memos app. On the other hand, this recording is intended to be a short, quick start demonstration. We'll call it How to Create Your Own iBUG Byte in 6 Easy Steps. To find out about the rest of the features of the Voice Memos app, I strongly encourage you to go view that iBUG Cafe. Maria Christic does an outstanding job. And now let's get on with our iBUG Byte. The first thing we need to do is find Voice Memos. I have it here on my screen. I'll tap on it to open it, but you can ask Siri to open Voice Memos.
Voice Memos.
Look down to the very bottom of the screen and you'll find a large red button labeled Record. Double tap on that. Now at this point, your recording has begun, so your microphone is live. This means you can start your recording.
Record button.
I'll record something here to show you how I'm doing it. I'll speak directly into the bottom edge of my phone where a microphone is located. Hi, my name is Pete, and I'm going to do a demo on the Settings app in iOS. So first I'll go to my Settings.
Settings.
There's my Settings. I'm going to open it with a double tap.
Settings.
So when you're done, you will see that the record button is now a stop button. Single finger double tap and your recording is completed. You can also use the 2-finger double tap, the magic tap, to both start and stop the recording. Let me double tap on my stop button and then we'll go in search of the share button. Initially, we're looking for a button that says More Actions. That's where we will find the share option. Because when you're done with your iBUG Byte, you'll want to send it into iBUG. So I'll start flicking to the left to go up the screen.
Delete. Fast forward. 15 seconds. Play. Rewind. 15 seconds. Playback settings.
As you heard, these are the player controls.
Track position. 0 seconds of 9 seconds. Adjustable.
There's my recording length.
More actions. Share button.
Single finger double tap. We're looking for the mail option.
Mail.
We have a variety of different sharing options.
WhatsApp. Parcel. Messenger.
You can also send it via text message, but mail is our choice.
Mail. Button.
Single finger double tap.
Text field is editing.
What you land on here is the address field on an email. And here you will type in ibugtoday@gmail.com. I'll do that quickly.
To iBUG today, ibugtoday@gmail.com.
The subject line.
Subject. New recording 8.
When you completed your recording, it automatically labeled your recording, new recording, and then a number. Mine was new recording 8, so that's what populates the subject line. Now let's continue to flick to the right.
Message body. New recording 8.m4a 375 kilobytes.
There is the link to our new recording. Let's flick up to our send button and let it fly.
Send button.
I would be glad to help with some editing on your recording if needed. Go ahead and indicate that in your email if you would like some help with that. And now, just to review, here's your 6 simple steps to creating your own iBUG Byte demo recording. Step 1. Double tap on the record button.
Record button.
Step 2. Double tap on the stop button.
Stop button.
Step 3. Find the More Actions button and double tap.
More Actions button.
Step 4. Double tap on Share.
Share button.
Step 5. Select Mail and type in ibugtoday@gmail.com email address.
Mail. iBUG today, ibugtoday@gmail.com button.
Step 6. Double tap on Send button and let it fly.
Send button. Send.
All right. Thank you, Pete. Okay, so we will open it up.
Anybody with a question?
All right, people, anybody have a question for Pete about the voice memos? Quick
Any
report.
questions?
I have a question, Robert.
Yes, Robert.
So if you started your recording and then you want to demonstrate something, you have to get out of the recording and go to settings or wherever else you're going to conduct your demonstration, right? So will you hear voiceover in the background for that?
2 questions in that package. Yes, you do have to get out of your Voice Memos app. You can do that by using your app switcher, which if you have a home button is a double click of your home button, and it brings up your app switcher, and then flick into whatever the app is that you wish to demonstrate. In my example there, it was settings.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, you go to that app, and then the answer to your second question is yes, voiceover does come through on the recording. So then you would just demonstrate what it is you'd like to highlight, and then go back to your Voice Memos app through the app switcher again, and tap on the stop button. Good questions, Robert.
Thank you.
Who else?
This is Desi.
Yes, Desi.
So I didn't hear that happening in your demonstration, though. So obviously, to me anyway, that's not how you recorded yours.
I did not record the app switcher part of it. You are correct.
So how did you negotiate that?
I actually did the app switcher, but I removed it from the recording.
Okay, so you were able.
Yeah, I have an editing software, so I cheated.
Right. Okay. So another way then that a person could do this would be if you have 2 iDevices, like right now I'm speaking to you on my iPad Mini 6. I could record the voice memo on that and be doing the demonstrations with my iPhone.
Yes, you could. But bear in mind, Desi, that with a secondary device, you're compromising a bit of the quality of the sound, because it's got to travel through the air from your other device into the recording device. So
right,
if
I understand. Right. But otherwise, you would be my editing skills would be quite compromising.
But again, remember I offered at the end there that
I know. But I mean, if if you're going to do, if
you want to try it, that would be difficult. And editing, as you have heard, because because Maria Christic did I can't say enough about the quality of the cafe recording and depth review that she did of the Voice Memos app. She went into the editing feature in the Voice Memos app, and you can trim the beginning and parts out of it. So, yeah. But if you want to forego that, I'd be happy to take care of that for you when you send it to me on an email.
Thanks. I appreciate that very much.
Okay,
it was really kind of just to make a point, but yeah.
You are, good point.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Desi.
Here's Chris.
Yes, Chris.
Just to say something about that real quick is if you don't want to get the app switcher and that kind of stuff in the actual recording, if you just put that app as the next app within the app switcher, you can use that 4-finger swipe to the right or to the left, and that way it'll just seamlessly go to that app out of your voice.
Oh, what a great suggestion! Yeah, that alleviates, that removes the app switcher, Desi and everyone else. Yeah, the 4-finger swipe to the left or the right moves you to the next app, the last app that you had open. So that would be perfect. Thank you, Chris.
This is John from Canada.
Yes, John.
So just a quick addendum to that if you have several apps, then you may be flicking like multiple times. So the ideal scenario would be if you can leave just the 2 apps, then you just be switching back and forth between the 2.
Right. Or be sure you've got them laid out in the right order, so you only have to flick once from right to left to go to the previous app, and then left to right to get back to the Voice Memos app. Yeah.
Yes.
Leaving only 2 apps open would simplify that big time. Thank you, John.
Yeah.
Who else? Yeah, Chris.
Yeah, exactly. If you're going to do that, you prep it that way, so those 2 are back to back. Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly. A little prep time. And be thinking about your demo before you do it. How do you want to approach it? Or practice. You can do a lot of these and then just delete the recording when you're done with it if you don't like it until you're ready for prime time. Okay, I hope that helps, and maybe that will help you guys kind of break the ice and get into just a little bit of recording. Good luck.
All right. Thank you, Pete. Very good. And we are, let's see, getting ready for iToys, but we can squeeze in a quick question before we go to that segment. Anybody have a quick question?
This is Dee.
Go, Dee.
Hey, yeah, I've been having trouble trying to send somebody's contact information to somebody else. I go in there and I pick I go into the contacts and I find my contact, and when it says share contact, I tap on that, but it's not asking who to send it to. It comes up and shows their name and their phone number and things, and then it's got a done button up in the right corner, but it's not asking me who to send it to, and I don't know what to do.
This is John from Canada.
Go, John. Go.
So I think with the newer versions of iOS, what they did was they brought up the list of contact information that you want to share. So they'll have like select and deselect. If it's selected, VoiceOver will say selected. And there is also another option. If you tap on the button to select all, it'll just select all. So I think you just have to choose which pieces of contact info you want to share. Then when you tap on the done button, there's another menu that will ask where you want to share it, as a text message, email, etc. So that might be what you're encountering, because I encountered it once when I tried doing it.
Exactly.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, thank you. I didn't know what to, I just didn't know I had to do that extra step in there.
Yeah, like John just said, it's sort of a good thing because maybe you don't want to send them all of your information, your birthday and your brother's, dog's name or whatever. So you can go through, but I often just hit done. If it's somebody, that's I trust, I just go ahead and give them the whole contact. So.
Okay, so then if I hit done, it's supposed to bring up then who I wish to share it to after that?
Yeah, then you'll have the share sheet, yeah.
Okay.
All
Thank you
right.
much.
Thank you. All right. So,
Bye-bye.
perfect question. Good job on timing, Dee. Great job. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
You are so awesome. Okay, now.
Yes, I
Now,
super
now.
get it.
Now. Here we go. Here we go. All right, now our next segment, we are going to do our iToys segment. I told you it's a busy Monday night. So, Herbie, are you ready to go?
Yes, indeed, I am. Good evening, everybody, or good morning, good afternoon to anybody whenever you're listening to this recording. And I hope you're not fast forwarding over it, because, yeah. Anyway, today we're going to talk about iToys, and we originally were going to have somebody else slated to talk about this because they actually just recently purchased it, but they are not feeling well tonight, so I'm going to do my best. So we're going to talk about the new Beats Pill speaker that Apple has recently come out with. And if you're familiar with the older Pill speakers, it looks very similar. The big change is in terms of how it looks is I guess it's a little bit more sleeker. And they've elevated it so that instead of facing downward, the speaker faces up a little bit. So it's more directed at your ear. It has a very good output with a better sound overall, according to the reviewers, than the HomePod Mini. So you get a speaker that does that. It has several buttons on the top. You've got a power button on the left. You've got a center button, which is like your play, pause, all that type of thing. And then you have two volume buttons on the right. You have a USB-C charging cable in the back. And you can also route the audio via USB-C if you so desire. And also, so instead of it using Bluetooth, it'll use USB-C. It's supposed to connect in the cloud, so that means, like your other, like AirPods do and stuff like that. So once you pair it, it should be seeable to all your devices in iCloud. And let's see, it has like the speakers kind of like a capsule at the front. It can also work as a stereo pair of speakers if you want. And, oh yes, and I understand the bass is incredible. It can do several things such as a fast charge, which, like, I guess if you charge it up for 10 minutes, it'll give you a couple hours of audio. I forget the exact amount of hourly life. It also works as a speakerphone, as a noise cancel, so you can use it as that. And yes, it even works with the other devices as well, meaning the non-Apple ones, if you get my drift. So you can, you guys can use it, the speaker as well. There is no Hey Siri support for it or anything like that, so it's not like a HomePod in that respect. But I guess there is a voice mode you can enable that it talks to you if you press the power button several times. And it's about 8 inches long. It's about 2 inches, high. It is lighter than the last Pill Plus speaker, but it is still pretty heavy to carry. So just know that. But the trade-off is the sound output that you get out of it, and it's also pretty resistant to a lot of liquids, things like that. So you get that as well. And the price, I'm so glad you asked. It is not bad. It's around $150 on Amazon. So, and they will definitely offer you a protection plan, like a 2-year protection plan for like $16 and whatnot. And unfortunately, I don't have one at the moment, or I'd show you what it sounds like. So I am unable to do that at this time, but maybe I'll be able to get one for Christmas and give a more personal experience of it at the show and tell next year. Okay, are there any questions?
This is Shri.
Yes.
We did get a chance to play it at the ACB conference at the at one of the presentation, and it does sound pretty good.
All right.
This is David.
Yes.
Does it run off a battery? I didn't catch if it's supposed to be like a portable. You can like take to different rooms or outside, or it's
Yes,
like
it's a
fixed,
battery operated speaker.
but you can also plug it into the wall and run it off just regular power, or like the HomePod does. Or
You
Yes.
don't. No.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, like it'll still run. It'll still work while it's charging. You just have to reroute the audio to USB-C. But so I don't know if you can plug it into the wall and do that, or if you just have to. It can only plug it into a computer. But that is an option. Yes. But just know it's not like a HomePod where you can talk to it or anything like that. So that's the caveat there.
This is Marty.
Yep.
Herbie, I think if it's like the Beat Studio Pro, I think that USB-C audio does that have to do with seamless audio where it's pure audio? Because the Beat
It
Studio
does have
Pro
to do
will
with
do that.
lossless as well, yes. Though the reviewers said that they themselves could not tell a difference.
Yeah, but I think and it will charge when the Beat Studio Pro, when you do that, the USB-C audio will charge. Also, is not a way to like shut the charging feature off.
Yep.
This is Sarah.
Yes.
I'm not sure if that's what you were just talking about, but you can charge other devices off of it as well.
Oh, yes, I forgot to talk about that. Yes, it will work as a portable charger as well for other devices. I'd completely forgotten about that. Yep.
Yeah, and it has a handle, like a strap, so you can carry it. I'm not sure exactly why you would want to carry it because it is kind of heavy. I mean, not horribly heavy, but to
Right.
carry it with a strap is, I thought, a little bit strange. But one thing I did find, I have one, and I have some hearing issues. I'm deaf in my left ear, and I can hear better because of the bass. Because a lot of times when you start losing your hearing, you're losing the upper echelon of your
Right.
of your hearing. So it's really kind of relaxing to hear it. I'm not always like straining to hear. The bass is really great.
That's good. All right.
Yeah.
This is Dan with a question.
Yes.
Okay. Give me the exact name of is it called the Beats speaker? I'm
The
not sure
Beats Pro Plus.
The Beats Pro Plus. Okay.
Pill.
And if a
It's the
person
Beats
buys
Pill Plus.
Beats Pill, like PILL?
Yes.
Okay.
Because it's shaped like a capsule.
Oh, okay.
But it's a flat bottom, yep.
If a person buys two of them, how do you set it up for stereo?
So from what I understand, you press both power buttons at the same time on both speakers.
That's all you do?
And I mean, I guess you pair both speakers. I'd have to look at. There's there's an actual help documentation. Remember, I don't have either one of these, so I couldn't tell you
Marty.
myself what it's like. But it says to press the power button on both. Yes, Marty.
I have a couple speakers that work, like they call it TWS, and usually you pair one speaker to your phone, and then on one set of speakers you press the power you turn the other speaker on, you power it on, but you don't pair it to your phone, and then you might press the power button twice on the original speaker or something like that, and then the two speakers will pair to each other.
All right.
But
Very good.
How many, Herbie, it's Marty, how many watts is the speaker, do you know?
I don't know. But they
is
did said it
Terry.
was a lot better than the HomePod Mini. Yes.
This is Terry.
Yes, Terry.
The way to remember the name of it is that you buy two pills and call me in the morning.
There you go.
I was going to say this is similar to the Bose gel cap.
All right. And somebody else had a question.
This is Shree.
Yes.
One thing I did notice when we did put it in a large auditorium, it is not going to be that good. It's more like a typical HomePod type of environment.
Right. All right.
Yeah, this is Pete. Can I echo that? It wasn't that loud. We couldn't get it loud enough because it was a large conference room, and there were a lot of people there. But I'm wondering what the power is, like Marty said, because it didn't really get that loud.
Okay, because from what I heard, like somebody did a measurement and it was like 74 decibels at like 3 feet away compared to the HomePod at like 67.
Okay.
So
this is Shree.
But auditorium or anything like that. No, it's going to be meant for, like out on the beach maybe or in your house or whatever. So
this is Shree.
Yep.
Yeah, when we did put it next to us, like in a table, it was very loud. It got pretty loud.
Right.
So for that perspective, it was pretty good.
All right.
Did you mention the price, Herbie?
Yes, I believe it's $149 plus tax, of course.
Of course.
All right. Thank you, Herbie, so much for stepping up and taking care of that. So thank you very much. All right. Now back to our regularly scheduled program. Who did not have a chance to ask a question? And remember, everybody else should stay on mute to improve the quality of the recording. And that means everybody. Okay, who'd like to go? You have to unmute and say your name.
Dawn from Houston.
Hey, there you are. Go ahead, Miss Dawn.
I wanted to know if you're writing an email to someone and you go to the body of your email and you dictate what you want to say, and then when you read it back, you don't too much like what it's saying. You like some of it, but not all of it. Is there any way to go to that last point that you like and then delete the rest? Or do you have to delete each character? That's what I've been doing, deleting each character. So is it a quicker way to delete the things you don't want to say?
All right.
This
Who'd
is
like to
Terry.
answer? Somebody that hasn't had a turn. Hang on, Terry.
Okay.
Anybody else?
Yeah.
Want to explain what she could do? How to
Uh,
unwanted text. Go ahead, Pat.
Hey, Sandhya, we can barely hear you.
Yeah. Okay. Now.
Using the rotor, there's different options. You can go to where you're wanting to delete it, and you go to the first word in there, and then you flip in the rotor, or you flip up in till you hear text selection, and you double tap that, and then you flip till you hear line and double tap that, and then go through each line that you're wanting to delete. And then when you're done selecting, you go back to your rotor to find edit, and then you flip till you hear delete, and then you delete it, and that whole section you've selected is gone.
Beautiful. Thank you, Pat.
This is Shree.
And yeah, go ahead, Shree.
I was just going to say, we just recently did a cafe on how to do text editing. We cover all different aspects and different ways to edit it. You might want to take a look at it.
All right, exactly. Took the
Okay,
words
where
out of
can
my
I
mouth.
find that? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay, go ahead. Recently, you should be able to see all of our recordings are on the website under podcasts. So it would be an iBug Cafe, I think within the last 3 months. So,
Okay.
all right. Thank you. Okay, who else?
Thank you so much.
All right, very good.
You're
New
welcome.
question. Who'd like to go? Okay, no new questions.
This is Shri.
Go ahead.
So I was wondering if anyone else has experienced this. So today, and I've had this recently, it's occurring more often. If I'm trying to share something, and I'm in the process of sharing it, VoiceOver lands just on the status bar, and everything else on the screen it's not recognizing.
Okay, anybody having that problem? Okay, guess not.
Just me.
It's just you. Okay, who's next? Well, yes.
This is Harry, or do you know
Go ahead.
do
Yeah,
you
go
want
ahead.
me
Go.
to wait? I don't know if we know the answer to this yet based upon what Apple has said or not said, but is there a reason to, if I'm wanting to say buy a more recent iPhone, and I'm thinking about the iPhone 15, is there a reason I would want to buy the iPhone 16 when it comes out instead of the current 15 model, thinking that it will be less expensive, but also keeping in mind I'd like things like AI and be able to access the newer features of the iPhone. Do we know enough about the 16 to
This is
say?
Herbie.
This is Kenny.
Go, Kenny.
If you're buying a regular 15, you didn't say whether you wanted to buy a regular or a pro.
Pro, probably.
Oh, you want to get a pro because Apple's already said that the AI stuff will not work unless you have a pro. They've already made that statement. So because they made that statement, that's going to force anybody with a regular 15 or below the pros, any pro series, to upgrade. And what they're probably going to do is the same thing they did last year: is downgrade, have the regular. This is a guess, of course. Have the regular 16s have last year's pro chip, and then the 16 Pros have a new pro chip. And so that'll fix all the 16 lines to at least have some sort of a pro chip. And so, yeah, you could save a little money if you get a 15 Pro. And if that's what you want to do, you can. Apple generally gives great support a few years, and then, when they decide to call it quits, they'll let you know with the software update, and pretty soon your phone will be not as chipper as it was. So, but
Chipper, huh? Chipper?
Yeah.
Kenny Chipper. I like that. Yep. Okay.
That is chipper.
Very
so
good. Thank you, Kenny.
All right.
All right. Very good. Good answer there. All right. We'll move on. Anybody else have a new question? Somebody new topic. Okay. I was this weekend uploading or switching my iPad to my mom's Apple ID so she can, of course, see the baby. It's all about the baby. And so anyway, in the course of doing that, I came across something that said merge Safari data or something like that. I can't remember exactly. Somebody might know, but I said no. But what was that? And should I have said yes? Does anybody know? When I was logging out of my Wi-Fi, my iPad. Yeah, go ahead.
Is it the website favorites? that you have bookmarked?
Oh, maybe it was that. Yeah, it did say something about bookmark. Yeah, okay, maybe it was that. I just said no. Okay. All right. Thanks.
This is Jake.
Go, Jake.
Yeah, merge Safari data. What that does, it takes all your bookmarks, everything that you've ever done on Safari, on your iPad and your iPhone, it merges it together.
Okay. But then would that show up for my mom on her account now? Is that what it's doing?
Well, it depends on is it like if you're on your own ID, then and you gave your mom's iPad, you gave your iPad to your mom, then it would take your information from your phone and put it on your mom's iPad. So you wouldn't want that.
Okay, yeah, she wouldn't want all my iBug
Right.
stuff, right?
Right.
Okay. Okay. Well, yeah, I
So if you would have
wasn't.
said yes, it would have put iBug on versus you made the right choice by saying no.
Okay, yeah, it was quite an experience. I mean, it wasn't too bad, but I
This is
got it
Shri.
done. Go, Shri.
So I just want clarification. So your mom is signing in with her own Apple ID, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I'm just kind of trying to figure out why would it, if she's logging with her Apple ID, why would it ask for your stuff? Because it's a different profile.
I guess when I was logging out of my ID, it asked. I can't remember at what point it asked me about this merge surf. Maybe it wanted to know before I completely logged out whether I wanted to take any of my iPad settings and merge them with the phone data. That's all I can think of. But I don't
Did you
know.
do a backup? I'm sorry, this is Shri. Did you do a backup of it before you did
No,
that?
I did not. No. I think I did one a couple weeks ago. So, but okay, I guess we're good with that. Anybody else? New question. Even if you've asked a question.
This is Alice.
Go ahead, Alice.
How do I back up my information on my old phone to transfer it to the new phone?
Oh, how to back up your data from so you're going to set up a new phone?
Yes, I'm going to get a new phone, but I want all the data that I have on my old phone.
All right, who would like to do that one? It's a great question.
This is John from Canada.
Go, John.
So if you open up settings and you go to where your Apple ID is, you tap on like your profile and then you go down to iCloud. One of the options is under iCloud, there is an option to back up your data manually, or if you have the automatic update toggle on, which I think in most cases it is, it will automatically update your data periodically if your device is connected to power and connected to Wi-Fi and you're not really doing anything with your device. But in that menu, you can choose to back up now and it will allow you to back up your data. And as long as in the iCloud menu, you have all the toggles that you want to back up your data for, like email, contacts, etc., are toggled on, it'll back up that data. But if any of those toggles are turned off, then I don't think it'll back up that data. So people can correct me if I'm wrong.
All right.
This is Marty.
So, yeah, go ahead, Marty.
If you're taking a phone to a store or a sighted person is doing it with you, I believe if you take the two phones and sort of mirror the cameras or something, you're not going through the cloud. It will just simply transfer everything on the one phone to the other, because that's how the stores do it, because it's much quicker. Well, depending how much there is on your phone. It took 5 minutes for my phone. It took about 35 minutes for my wife's phone because there were loads of pictures and stuff. But
Right, and that can be done. I mean, without sighted assistance, so it just takes a
okay.
little.
I didn't know how difficult it is
Yeah,
without
I've done.
do that.
Yes, exactly. That's a good point. Yeah, I was able
Yeah.
to do it. I did it once. It's been a while, but Yeah, so those are your starting points there, Miss Alice. So I think they recommend to get your old iPhone to the latest software, and then before you do all this transferring. I know I've come across that issue before, but it's a little challenging. We're not going to lie to you, but you will get through it.
This
Any
is
other
Sri.
thoughts? Go, Shri.
I was going to say you still want to do a backup before you do that.
Yeah.
I agree with John. You should do a backup of it first before you do any kind of transfer.
Okay.
This is John from Canada.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so Shri is right. So there are two aspects to this. That the first one that we were talking about is when you're backing up your data, you're saving it to the cloud so that you can restore that data onto another device at your preferred time. But the other thing that people were talking about was if you want to set up a new device, there are different ways to set up that new device and restoring that data from the cloud. Like the one method is putting one phone near the other, but there are other options. Like if you want to set up a phone manually, and in the manual prompt, there are different options like restore from Mac, restore from iCloud, restore from like setup from Android, etc.
Okay. Thank you.
This
All
is
right.
Marty.
Go, Marty.
If you have your backup turned on, doesn't your phone back up every time you charge it?
All right. Quick answer to that.
I believe it does.
This is Shri.
Go.
The short answer is no.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't. I found out the hard way. But okay, thank you, Pete, for this brings us to the end of this call. And thanks for Pete for helping me facilitate tonight. And we'll quickly review. Like we said, have a full week. Remember, after this, the recording stops, we'll have our after buzz. So hang on for that. Tomorrow we have two events: the iBUG mini buzz from 5 to 6, Mac and Talk from 7 to 8:30. All questions about your Mac are fair game there. Wednesday we're off. Thursday is it's iBUG's Life. Let's get physical, learning to be fit, stay fit in your home with everyday devices around your home or equipment and simple things to stay in shape. So that's all. We all need to get in shape or get into better shape, shall we say. Then Friday's the movie. It's called High Fidelity from 2000. That'll start at 8, 7:15 for the social time. And then our iBug Apple Workshop on Saturday from 2 to 4. So come for that. We got a lot to go through this week. So we hope you'll come for any and all of those events. And with that, we will say goodnight. Thank you for all the great questions and help answering them. That's what it's all about. See y'all next week. And we'll say goodnight.
Thank you
for
all.
now.
Good night.